Jeff Wittek is going to sue David Dobrik, I think. What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here. 2 weeks ago, I reacted to Jeff Wittek's video in which he opened up about the injuries he sustained while on an excavator rope swing that was operated by David Dobrik. Now, at the time of that video, he had not said anything about pursuing a lawsuit. I simply just made a video based on what I saw. But last week, Jeff on his podcast said this.
And all the rest of it, I'm just leaving it at that. I'm not going back and forth on drama. Maybe you'll hear some of the evidence we have slipped in sound bites and little drops here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to just give up everything I got. You know, we're shooting missiles at each other right now, and I got a nuke in my back pocket. Well, I don't want to make like videos like that being mad, so I'm just going to like send off all this stuff that we got to the lawyers and let them deal with it in court. And I'm just going to go back to making goofy, silly videos with my right-hand man right here.
So it certainly sounds like Jeff has decided to bring forth a legal action. And as many of y'all know, in the real world, I'm a catastrophic personal injury lawyer. This is what I do for a living. This is what I do when I'm not in my YouTube lair.
What are you doing in my swamp?
So now that things seem more tangible, in this video, I'm going to be discussing what we can expect from this sort of personal injury action. From everything that I've seen, specifically, I'm going to be discussing who, besides David Dobrik, is going to be sued in this and what causes of action Jeff is likely going to bring. Okay, Matthew, Dirk, before I jump into the meat of this video, first, I need to have a brief discussion with y'all. Last time we filmed a react to this event, we'll just look. Sue David. So if Jeff were to sue David, he would sue under a theory of negligence. Y'all, this is not how we spell negligence.
I am sorry.
Y'all don't know how many comments I got. Negligence. N-E-G-L-I-G-E-N-C-E. Not A. There's no A. Y'all, please do not misspell negligence in this video. Please. Y'all don't know how many comments I got. This is like the one thing I'm supposed to spell right, you know? Just look how dumb I look. Okay, I'm going to get back to the actual video now, but I love y'all and I trust y'all. Please, just spell negligence right this time.
Man, shut
So now let's jump into it. Let's talk about who all is going to be sued and under what causes of action. In the last video I made, I just discussed a negligence action against David Dobrik, but there are likely many other entities at play here and other causes of action as well. First, one of the most immediate causes of action that comes to mind is a negligent entrustment action against whoever owns the excavator. And as y'all can see here, the legal definition of negligent entrustment is the entrusting of a dangerous article, such as a motor vehicle, to one who is reckless or too inexperienced or incompetent to use it safely. Now, applied here, I think it's pretty obvious to say that you could make a case for that. After all, David Dobrik was handling the excavator. Did David Dobrik have a license or any sort of training to operate this heavy machinery? Who exactly leased out their excavator to David Dobrik and their friends? Did they ask any sort of questions like, hey, are y'all going to have a licensed person operating the excavator? Or why are a bunch of YouTubers renting an excavator? Are they going to be using the excavator for excavator-related purposes? Let me give you another example of negligent entrustment. Let's just say a toddler came and asked to borrow my car, and I gave him my car keys, and I said, okay, just have my car back by the end of the day and everything should be fine. Well, the toddler, who's a toddler, gets in my car, drives off, gets in a wreck, and hurts somebody. While I wasn't the one driving, I wasn't the one who was negligent on the road. I was negligent in entrusting my car to a toddler. That is the same argument here. And as applied to the situation here, I think there's a pretty solid case for that theory. Next, if I were Jeff's lawyer, I would potentially explore looking at a premises liability case, although to be honest, it is a fairly weak argument. Premises owners do have a duty to keep all invitees on their property safe from any hazards or hazards that are caused by the premises, but Jeff and David and the vlog squad are the ones who created the hazard, because I'm assuming they rented the excavator and put it on the premises. So it's a hard case to make against the premises owner unless the premises owner knew that they were going to be doing these dangerous things and should have put a stop to it. Because if you know people are going to be doing dangerous things that could result in them getting injured, you can't or shouldn't let those things happen on your property. For instance, in my blimp, if I knew somebody was going to light fireworks in the blimp and people got hurt because of that, because you can't light fireworks indoors.
I'm Bam Margera and my parents are dead asleep.
You could be held liable. So it just depends. Did David Dobrik and his vlog squad reach out to them and say, hey, is it okay if we put an excavator on your property and swing a rope on it? I don't know. And really at this point, this is a tertiary theory of negligence because first and foremost, you're going to want to blame David Dobrik and his team. Next might be the negligent entrustment because it is such a stronger case. And then only then might you want to blame the premises liability owner. And the reason why you're going to do that and you're going to want to sue everybody under all these theories is because they're all going to point the finger at each other. And if you fail to bring a theory or cause of action, the defendants are all going to point to the missing chair problem. So if you don't sue everybody, they're going to blame it on the one party who isn't sued. Therefore, they might escape liability. So as a lawyer, you need to sue everybody who might even be remotely responsible, if that makes sense. And finally, the third and final entity that Jeff is going to want to bring his suit against, other than David Dobrik individually, is David Dobrik's company. David Dobrik has a huge YouTube channel. He runs a large and successful business. Presumably, he has a business entity. And when injuries occur during the course and scope and furtherance of a business, that business does share responsibility for its officers, for its employees that act negligently. That is called respondent superior. So even though the entity does not have a physical body, is not a physical person committing negligent acts, if their extension, if their agents are the ones committing negligent acts, they also need to be responsible. And this is very important for a very practical reason.
Money.
Generally, any sophisticated business or business person has all their money in the business, not necessarily the person. Jeff is going to be suing for money damages, meaning the only thing he can recover is money. He's not going to send David to jail. Nobody's going to go to jail for the civil suit. It's only money. How do you recover money? Well, you have to go where the money is located. And there are a bunch of protections and rules that protect people's personal assets when you're suing for torts. But if the company is also responsible for the actions, the company is the revenue generating entity, and it is a whole lot easier for Jeff to get paid when that time comes. Okay, so to recap, David Dobrik is going to be sued individually. David Dobrik's entity is also going to be sued. There's going to be negligent entrustment action against the excavator company and maybe a premises liability case as well. And y'all, go watch the video I made 2 weeks ago discussing this. We go into more detail on the negligence cause of action, which is going to be the real meat and potatoes of this case. I just kind of skimmed over it here because I just wanted to touch more on the subject. All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. Bye.
He's a catastrophic injury attorney who accidentally became a YouTuber. Attorney Tom.